going on, everybody? Welcome back to another IT Rise Facebook Live, where we are taking the time out to kind of give you guys some insight and some good advice for those traders out there that are kind of ending the year not in the greatest place. So we hope this advice gives y'all something to start the year with. And not only that, be ready to come to the IT Rise live event that we will have in January 14th through the 18th for free for all those in general admission. And then VIP members, you guys are going to get a special discount, special morning sessions, one-on-ones with coaches. We'll have a private chat for you guys as well. So VIP members are going to get a little scale up at this event, and even a discount on our boot camp that we'll be hosting next year. So it's going to be jam-packed. We're going to have a great week. We're excited for everybody that's involved and that'll be showing up. But for today, we're going to be talking about why most traders never build confidence and how structure and mindset will fix that. This live is all about confidence, not giving you guys no hype. We're not sugarcoating. We're going to give you exactly those principles that could help you make a difference if you're having that struggle with building confidence within your trading and having clarity, discipline, and being properly prepared. So we'll show viewers the confidence is not a personality trait. It's really a byproduct of having the correct systems in place that you're comfortable following, because you are doing something different. This is like learning anything else. Like if you've never known how to ride a bike before, and you had to learn it later in life, you would still have to have those grounding core principles and steps that you'll take to getting back on that bike and going again. So joining me today is Daniel, our mindset coach. I really appreciate you coming back with us today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. For those of you that are afraid, I am not driving. I am in a parking lot, so we are static, so I can use my hands without anybody worried about me getting in a car accident. But anyway, yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me, man. I'm excited to talk about today's topic, which I think, to your point, I think confidence does get overhyped a lot because we make it very emotional. And confidence or lack of confidence literally usually comes from a lack of trust. Also known sometimes as when you have a lack of confidence, it's because you think you have or someone else has a lack of competence, and so you're not able to do something. And so I want you to, for a moment, think about an area in your life or a person in your life where you trust them or you trust yourself. Just take like 5-10 seconds. Just think about a person, or if you call them right now and you could ask them to do something and you would trust that they would do it. Or an area that you're very disciplined in. And so if I say, hey, do you think you can do this? You would trust that you can do it. So just take a couple seconds and think about that. And I want you to think about what it is specifically that makes you trust yourself in that area or makes you trust that person. And the odds are, it's a very simple fact. It's that there's evidence to show that you or that person can be trusted with that thing or in that area. And so building confidence very simply comes down to the ability to create repeated patterns that give you evidence that you can do something, or someone else showing a consistent behavior in a certain environment or a situation where you can trust them to do the thing they've done repeatedly before. So it's just building a pattern. And it's not to be confused. Being confident doesn't mean you're motivated. That's another thing is, I think we confuse those two a lot, where me, in the fitness side of my life, I've been working out for coming up on 17 years. I started working out very young. I've been motivated maybe 60% of the time, maybe, if I'm being generous with myself. But most of the time it started where I wasn't motivated, but it was something that I decided I needed to do to get to where I wanted to go in my life. And now I'm just a product of the repeated behaviors that I have. So I can trust myself to go to the gym. I can trust myself to eat healthy. I can trust myself to be able to maybe have a cheat meal or have a cheat week, if you will, and know and trust myself that I'm going to still be able to go back to the gym and get right back to where I was before, because I have evidence in my life that shows that it is within my capacity to fulfill the behavior required to create that trust. It's no different in trading. So if you don't have any confidence in your markups, in your setups, in your system, in your checklist, and you continue to use it, you should not be surprised if you continue to have a lack of confidence. And it doesn't come down to ability. You might have uh, you might have all of the right things, but you're just not doing it the right way. And then we'll chalk it up to us being the problem, where it could be a simple evaluation of, is the thing that I'm doing working? No. Okay. So what about it specifically isn't working? What do I need to change in order for it to work? And you just work on building a case for yourself to give yourself evidence that you can trust yourself in a situation.
I have something truly special to share with you today. Have you ever dreamt of financial success and didn't know where to start? Look no further than Independent Trading University. At ITU, we offer a diverse range of courses, from Forex basics to advanced technicals, along with comprehensive fundamentals education, mindset coaching, health and wellness guidance, plus stock and crypto trading strategies. That's right. Everything you need for a well-rounded trading journey, all in one place. Our mission is clear, helping you make extra income by learning the art of trading. Join us today at solo.to/independent-trading-guru and take advantage of an exclusive pre-sale. $50 for undergrad students looking to trade part-time, and just $75 for career traders ready to dive in full-time. With ITU, you'll master the art of making consistent income from the markets. This is your chance to start building a brighter financial future. Are you ready to transform your trading game and take control of your financial future? Look no further than Independent Trading University, your one-stop destination for comprehensive Forex education and so much more. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced trader, we've got you covered. We believe in a holistic approach to trading success. Gain a deep understanding of market fundamentals, master your mindset, and prioritize your well-being. We're here to support your growth every step of the way. And let's not forget about stocks and crypto. Discover exciting opportunities and learn strategies to make extra income. The best part? We're running a limited time pre-sale for new students. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to gain the skills, knowledge, and support you need to succeed. Ready to make connections with your financial future? Visit our website at solo.to/independent-trading-guru to secure your spot in our pre-sale today. Independent Trading University, where trading dreams become reality. It's time to start your journey to financial freedom. Don't wait. Visit solo.to/independent-trading-guru now.
For example, I've worked with a lot of traders over the years, and one of the biggest ones is they will make an emotional decision. They could have gone through their entire checklist, bang, bang, bang. Let's say they have 7 steps. They've checked all of them off. They have their stop loss set. They have their take profit set. They're in the trade, and then they see something happen in the chart that they didn't expect, per se, and they pull out of the trade, whether they're in profit or drawdown. We talked about this last time where, it's in drawdown can be really scary, but there's also people who, when they're in the draw up, which I like to call it, it's just called profit, but I like draw down and draw up. When they're in draw up, they don't let the trade right out because they're afraid it's going to reverse on them, right? And then it ends up hitting their take profit when they were already pulled out, and then they go, oh, I was right, and then they get back in, and then they lose all the profit that they had taken out early. And so, what we need to focus on is, what is your confidence currently in? Is it in something that you can control? Is it in something that changes on a day-to-day basis? I'm telling you right now, if your confidence is in the charts, you're not going to be very confident. just being honest. So, what is something that you can be confident in on a day-to-day basis that you're actually in control of, where you can build the habits necessary to have confidence in your trades, knowing that even if you lose a trade, that does not make you a bad trader. You can be a good trader who loses a trade and use a non-emotional filter to evaluate what happened. Not why did I lose the trade, but what happened with this trade. Did I miss something on my checklist? Did I add something to my checklist that shouldn't have been there? Did I ignore something on my checklist? Did I not did I over leverage? Was it a good trade, but I over leveraged, therefore it kicked me out early? And if I would have used a proper stop loss or whatever the case may be, then I would have, I would have hit the trade. And so I think what happens is we will ask ourselves a lot of why questions about us rather than what specifically happened. And so, example of this, like I said, I've coached a lot of traders over the years. And I don't even need to think of one trader in particular. There's at least 10 I've worked with that this would happen, where they would be really confident in a couple different things, but then their emotion would take over in the chart. They'd lose all, like, even though all the things they could control and they had done all the right steps that had won them trades before, their emotions take over. They pull out of the trade early, or they get in too early, and then they lose the trade, and then they call themselves a bad trader, and then that's the narrative that they have, and then they stop trading, or they just leverage too much, or they blow accounts, or whatever the case may be. And so knowing that various aspects of your life will also bleed into your trading is very important. So a really good way to build confidence in trading is to pay attention to the micro habits that you're doing in your life as well. If you can be consistent in certain areas of your life, then odds are you're going to be able to be consistent with trading. So if you don't know where you can be consistent, think about things you do every day. Brush your teeth, hopefully. Take a shower, hopefully. But brush your teeth, take a shower, maybe go to the gym, maybe go on a walk, listen to a podcast, read a book, call a friend. Think about things that you do on a day-to-day basis. What is it that makes you do those things? You have decided that they are necessary. It's the only reason you do them. The only reason you take a shower is because you've decided that it's important to be clean and smell good. The only reason you brush your teeth is you've decided, if I don't brush my teeth, this is how it's going to end up, and I don't want to end up with this kind of mouth. The only reason you listen to the podcast, the only reason that you call the friend is because of the meaning that you have put behind the things. So in the same way, you can even create you can trust yourself to brush your teeth every day because you've decided that it's a necessary point of your life. So in trading, you can trust yourself by deciding what is necessary for you before you enter a trade. Are you trading a live account and you shouldn't be? Do you need to go back to a demo account? There's no shame in trading on a demo account for a while. None at all. That's how you get good. You can build those patterns and you can build that confidence in a demo account. Do you have proper mentorship? Are you watching this live and you're trading on your own? You don't even know what ITU is. You want to get educated and you're spending time and money in areas that isn't hyper focused on the skill set that you want to have. But now you're learning about this event that we're going to host January 14th to 18th. And now you're making the decision that it's necessary for me to come here to learn more about what I can do to level up my trading. What are you doing in your day-to-day that you can control, that you can create evidence to look back on to trust yourself? Because what happens is, no matter what you're doing in that day-to-day, the things that you decide are necessary are the things that you're going to do. And the way that you decide if they're necessary is the story that you tell yourself about yourself if you do those things. So, do you have a checklist you've been following consistently? If not, don't trade again until you have a proper checklist. Do you understand technicals? Do you understand the fundamentals? Do you understand news? If your answer is no to any of these things, of course you're not confident. And you're not confident because you're not good. You're not confident because you're not able. You're not confident because you just don't know enough yet. And that's it. It's not a matter of ability, like I said before. You might just not have enough knowledge yet. And so making really big decisions with a minimal amount of knowledge is a recipe for a lack of confidence. That's just the way it's going to be. So is it that you need to know more? Is it you need to be in the right community? Is it that you need to make some changes in your setups, in your schedule, whatever it is? And then think about, again, I started with this and then I'll pass it back over to Zay. Think about the areas in your life that you can trust yourself in, that you really can, because there are areas you can trust yourself in. And think about the patterns and the behavior that have led you to being able to trust yourself in that area. All you need to do is duplicate that into the way that you trade. It's really quite simple, because you've created a framework where you can trust yourself in this area, whether it's showing up on time to work, whether it's, again, calling that friend, being there for that friend, going to the gym consistently, reading 10 pages a day, going to bed on time. We all have something that we do really well, that we're confident in ourselves that we can do, that we trust ourselves. So you take whatever that meaning is, whatever that pattern is, and you apply it to trading. And knowing that the charts are not emotional, the trades are not emotional, the checklist is not emotional, we are emotional. It's us. In the same way that the only, like, truth just is. Truth just is. We are the ones that create the dynamic between the truth.
In 2026, traders cannot afford to sit on the sidelines. This is the year of the action takers. The year you make a decision that changes everything. At Independent Trading University, we build an experience that brings together what traders have been missing for years. Mindset that keeps you stable, economics that keep you informed, technical precision that gives you direction. One complete system, one community, one path to independence. From January 14th to 18th, ITU Rise 2026 will take you through 5 powerful days of coaching, clarity, and next-level growth. This is your chance to level up with your coaches live, build your personal trading plan, and finally break the habits holding you back. General admission is free. VIP access is optional for those ready to go deeper. VIP $27 admission includes morning motivation with Daniel, pre-session Q&A 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, recording access for 7 days. Enjoy 7-day enrollment to ITU. Part of admission will be donated to the Grace Works program. Receive a discount on the ITU 30-day bootcamp. Digital copy of ITU Trading Guide $4,000 worth of value for $27. Whatever path you choose, one thing is certain. If you want 2026 to be different, this is where it starts. Register now at rise.myitu.org. ITU Rise 2026. The year of the action takers.
That's it. Truth just is. The things that we control, the things that we can control are just there. So I can control whether or not I write down a checklist. What I can't control is what happens after I implement that checklist onto the charts. If my checklist is consistently leading to improper trades, it might not be me as a trader, it might be my checklist. So we can say, what about my checklist is creating a disconnect in the charts versus why am I such a bad trader? Right? And so we will oftentimes get ourselves into that narrative, and then it becomes personal, it becomes an identity thing, when in reality, you might just need to be a little bit more disciplined, have a little bit more knowledge, and focus more on the things that you can control. And so you guys are going to learn a lot more about that. And with that in mind, like I said, technicals are super important, which is why Zay is such a catalyst for growth in this industry and in ITU. And so again, you don't want to miss this event, the 14th through the 18th. It's free. Literally all you have to do is show up. Can you trust yourself? If you're watching this and there is a question you've been asking yourself for a long time about trading, can you trust yourself to show up, even just for a day? Even just for a day. Just be like, I will attend online on January 14th. It's free. Literally the only thing you have to do is click a button. And so, yeah, with that, I will pass it over to Zay to go over the technicals.
No, for sure, man. And it's important to understand, guys, when you have access to free, first of all, great information, Daniel. I mean, he hit the head on the nail, right? Is that right? Nail on the head, head on the nail.
Nail on the head.
He hit it perfectly, man. And you can't just come in with confidence, number one. And one thing I talked about in the interview I did yesterday is that when you're going to events, even if they're free, you got to understand people are giving and sacrificing their time to be able to provide you this level of information. So it's on you to say, based on the position I'm in, do I need more and am I going to show up for more where this is something that's free of charge? If you imagine the rooms you don't get in where you do have to pay and you avoid paying because you think that you're putting money into a pocket of somebody else that has money. And in actuality, you're investing in yourself and investing in your education. Even with companies have to pay coaching for their employees to get better every year. That is no different. Athletes, they have to pay the coaches that coach the athletes. CEOs, they also have to pay for coaching. This is nothing different. But we're trying to give an opportunity to those of you that are in a predicament where it is really, really hard to get your foot in any threshold of business or real estate or trading or what have you. You got to have some type of capital, right? Most of the time, unless you already have the credit to get a loan or something like that. But for those of you that don't, you need to make a move into the right direction. Guys, this is what we're hosting it for. So with that being said, when it comes to confidence, right, in your technicals, like Daniel was talking about, right, do you have a set of rules? Do you have a structure and framework? And are you disciplined in following that framework? What we tend to do a lot of times when we get into looking at candle patterns and we have this exact viewpoint on how we think it should turn out or how the market should build, but that's why we have a stop loss, right? That's why we protect a certain price range so that we can give the market room to do what it has to do from a technical standpoint, because it may not just play off of the candlestick pattern that you see in that moment in time. It may come back again and make another leg, which we would call a double bottom, or it make 3 legs, triple bottoms, right? Stuff like that. So if you're in early and you're like, oh, I've caught the first leg because I see this candlestick pattern, and then it tends to come back to you over and over again, what's happening is your confidence starts to drop every time it comes back to your entry price. Now you're panicking, right? So that tells me you have not accepted the risk to even put this trade on to begin with. So we have to dial back and say, am I in parameters of the risk that I said that I was going to put on for this trade? Because if that's the case, I should be okay with this loss anyway, even if it goes against me. But it's what happens from time and time again. You're trying to quick to make money, quick to hit $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 days and do all this extra stuff that you can't even get the ground level work done of staying in line with your risk parameters now at the smaller levels. It's in the building of that which will allow you to do more, right? You get to add on risk because you've found a comfortable level of risk first and you've built yourself there. And then you added more on once you understood that your concepts are paying you a certain amount every week, every month, whatever the case may be. And that's what's going to put you in position the next month to say, okay, this worked last month, I'm going to repeat and I'm going to up my risk a little bit. And then over time, you'll see a year, 2 years down the road where that increase is more dramatic, right? And you're talking bigger numbers. But a lot of you are just getting started and in your first year, second year, and are just expecting to just be multimillionaires already. And that's not going to be the case. You know, it's a hard skill to learn, and to build confidence in it is going to take time. It's going to take training. Some of you I know are either martial artists or prior military. You guys know what it is. You've had to train core principles over and over and over again and drill it month after month, right? That's why you have basic training, whether it's a month, 2 month, 3 months long, right? Where you're doing the same repetitive runs and cadences and stuff. Same thing. You're building who you are and the character you're trying to embody, right? If we're matching, like Daniel will talk about identity, you're going to match your identity to who you are as a trader. You're building that. You're analyzing what that looks like for you as a character, and then applying what that person does in your day-to-day life. So again, I mean, from all sides, it makes a massive difference understanding the mindset of it all, and then applying that into your technical analysis, your technical approach. So these are the things that I think are going to make a major, major difference for a lot of you, because you can only watch so many technical videos. You can only watch so many YouTube videos over and over again. Eventually, we have to sit down and build your real foundation. So having proper coaching is a major part of that, and being a willing person to learn, right? You're not going to know everything from the beginning, but if you take your time with it, ask questions and show up, you can put yourself in what I would like to call a miracle territory, the place for miracles to happen for you. And for you to really grow in this industry. So you're not going to want to miss out on this upcoming event, January 14th through the 18th. General admission is absolutely free. VIP members, though, you do pay a low price of $27 for what that package deal is really giving you. And then some of those are going to we're going to donate some of that to the GraceWorks organizations, and they help with child development, trauma, and those people that are coming out of incarceration for transition back into society. So we like that whole agenda that they have. We think it's really major, and I've seen military people coming out that also need that kind of help. So I think it's a really, really big organization to help take care of and add to. So with that being said, Daniel, again, thanks again for coming in this Saturday and giving some great advice for those traders out there to really help them out.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Looking forward to it.
Excellent. And we will see you guys again next Thursday. All three of us will be back, and then we'll see you guys for the event in January. So enjoy the holidays this summer season. I know it's a great, great, great month, and we're going to have a lot of fun. But I'll be glad to help each and every one of you guys, and feel free to reach out. Now, if you're looking to enroll, please go to myitu.org, and you can go ahead and enroll with us now before the year begins, and we can kind of start getting the ball rolling on that education, right? And then we can start the year even stronger. Okay? So other than that, I'll holler at you guys later.